is Patriot Sports Radio.
Patriot Sports Radio.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports, from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it. Like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. Here's Eric, John, Chris, and the coach.
Welcome back, my friends. If you're new, then welcome in Patriot Sports Radio. My name is Erica. I'm your host. Glad to have you with us. Gang's all here, damn near. We got producer Chris in the captain chair. Coach live from the Panhandle State. John and his headband. We haven't done this in a while. It's been like at least 2, maybe 3 presidential assassination attempts since we've done a podcast. January the 16th, we last convened for our NFL wildcard wrap-up show. Since then, the Chiefs won another Super Bowl, or Shanahan lost another Super Bowl, depending on your perspective. The Florida Panthers overcame a 3-1 series deficit in the final to win another Stanley Cup. Simone Biles put another, 74 additional Olympic medals into her pocket. Caitlin Clark took over the WNBA. We've added roughly 7 million new residents to this great nation. And in a related story, John's building has fallen into the hands of Tren de la Agua. We thank them for allowing him the necessary internet service to do the podcast. John, we have to know right off the top, have you armed yourself? Do you have any pets? If so, have they been napped?
No pets. In the arms, I will politely decline to comment.
Been seeing some wild stuff coming out of Colorado on the internet lately, Coach, and I'm not sure what to believe anymore.
Well, they're not any good. You can believe that. What happened?
We're officially
Boy,
back.
you just crushed it tonight. Welcome back. E,
All the
it's
way
been a
back.
minute. John, good to see you. I missed the headband, brother.
Well, it's still here. Nothing changes.
How's the food situation over at the Casa Colorado?
Yeah, it's your typical Colorado fare. It's just very mediocre. So
It is now a real Patriot Sports Radio.
Yep.
yeah, we've
Edition
lost
because
coach.
our boy has
Inexplicably.
fallen off of the technical fucking mountain that he has lived on since the last time he did a podcast.
Man.
It's good to be back, E. It's
Yeah,
good to be back.
mid-season
It's
form
good to talk
already.
sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a food story, but I'll wait for Coach for that. Until then, Shohei Ohtani, 50-50 season, never been done before. He is the world's first 50-50 player. That's 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Actually, more because he hit 3 dingers in Miami tonight, and I'm ready to declare him the best player to ever
And
pick
2 stolen bases.
2 stolen bases, 6 for 6, 10 ribbies, 3 home runs. It's insane. The guys in the booth are absolutely losing their mind when he hit that third one. I think he said, "Oh my God," when it came off the bat.
Which will make their fall demise even better. Because if we know anything about the Dodgers, they can't win a
Oh, yeah.
World Series unless it's a 60-game series or it's 1988.
Or you play it in July. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and half your team has COVID and nobody cares.
I don't think we can put, talk about Babe Ruth as the greatest ever anymore. I didn't see any grainy clips of Babe Ruth, the big Bambino, swiping his 35th base. Like you see Ohtani. He doesn't even look like a fast guy. And he's stolen 50 bases in the major
Bro,
league.
he's like 4 steps between first and second.
Yeah, I
It's
think
what it looks slow on camera, but he's there. It's like it's not
gets
fast.
there.
It's just really long fucking strides. Like I thought, because when you're used to Yelich in Milwaukee, and that's a lot of the baseball that I watch, he's really long strided. But this Ohtani is a different human. It's like double that.
Yeah, he might not even be a human being. I'm not sure.
I wonder what his time is between first and second.
Faster than they can chuck it.
Are they just putting him to sleep? He just puts catchers to sleep. They don't expect it. Like you have to expect it by now. Can you not look at a stat sheet and go, "Hey, man, I might want to watch that stolen base"?
Hypnotism or something, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. Bigger
yeah,
bases.
it's some kind of Chinese mind trick.
Yep. Oh,
I can say that now because fuck the woke people. We're allowed to say that too. And Trump
Yep.
2024. We can say all of that now. Did you
I
know
think
that,
we're
Eric?
winning the thing. It's crazy what
Hey, when
what
we
you
stood-
say now
we
that you'd
were-
be put in jail for before.
Seriously, John, we were down in the basement before this was all finished talking about starting this podcast going,
Mhm.
there's going to be a time where it's okay to like Trump. Like it's around, like we can see it. It's not here yet, but it's around the corner.
It's gonna be
And here we
socially
are.
acceptable.
It's on college campuses.
From what I can tell, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
That's where you gotta get.
For everybody that doesn't know, because we haven't been on it for a long time, Peanut goes to Iowa now, and she's walking around campus, takes pictures, sends it to me. It's a dorm room that says "fuck state" because it was during the Iowa State
Oh yeah.
matchup. Bedlam. I don't know what they call that. Cy-Hawk. It's a Cy-Hawk rivalry, I believe. Cy-Hawk rivalry. And underneath it said Trump 2024. Fast forward 1 week later, the Cy-Hawk game's over. She walks by, takes a picture of that dorm room and the one next to it. Now it says "fuck Kamala, Trump 2024." Well, tell me how you really feel. And that was not the case in 2020, John. That was not on dorm rooms.
I was there.
It's the cool
you tell
rebellious
me
thing now.
what yeah. So what happens whenever the your party / ideology is adopted by Target and Disney? It's no longer counterculture, I would say. Is that, but it was counterculture when you were there, right?
Nobody gave a shit about politics in 2010.
Yeah. Is that when you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 2020. You don't look a day over 24,
Don't worry.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you use skin products, John? Don't bullshit us here. We're in the
Of course I do.
Oh,
of course I do.
Of course I do. He didn't even flinch, Coach. Did you hear that?
You think he comes out of bed looking like that? No,
hey, bro, that's a
premeditated,
different
brother.
generation. That's a different generation that
whole-
doesn't flinch and just says, yes,
Yeah.
I use makeup.
No, not makeup.
It's all the same shit.
You and Gene
I
Simmons.
just have a
You
clay
and
and cactus extract facial cleanser. That's all.
Can
I
you
know
guys
you're-
hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
You sound
Okay.
great.
All right. Jesus, I don't know. I'm
Did you
I'm
get a
back.
haircut for this, Coach? Don't bullshit.
damn right. I cleaned
knew
up
it.
for you guys.
I
Got a
knew it.
I
I
don't-
knew it.
I don't have
You
a
got
lot
a cut and
left.
color.
Yeah.
Color.
Hey, I've been in the gym. I've been getting back. I'm
Yeah.
getting there.
Putting him down, baby.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Nice.
I like
I'm
it.
not ready to unveil it yet, but I'm ready. I'm getting there.
That's awesome.
Well, I got
Well,
a food
we were
related
just
question.
Go ahead.
What maybe Coach can enlighten me. I'm not familiar with Tudor's Biscuit World, but there's a real tempting NIL offer on the table if you can run real fast. Marshall head football coach Charles Huff says if any of those Ohio State guys who, quote, run fast want to transfer, it's all day, every day, free Tudor's biscuits. And to boot, they already have a giant breakfast sandwich called the Thundering Herd. That's got your sausage, your eggs, and your potatoes on a flaky, fluffy biscuit. So Tudor's seems very on board. The locals seem to love this place. I've never heard of Tudor's, but
Love it.
biscuits will get you some old linemen. If
Listen,
you can promise them free biscuits.
Biscuits are the key to a lot of greatness. Yeah, that's where it's at.
A lot of great stories start with biscuits.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, biscuits. You add some gravy to it. Woo, big time. I looked away for 2 seconds to do technical stuff, and
How
the
did you get
dadgum
14.
The Jets are up 14-0.
No,
Yep.
I'm down in the dungeon. I gotta turn this game on.
I'm mad at myself that I didn't get on the Jets laying the 6, like we talked about earlier.
I was on it at 9:00 this morning.
Bro, I've been so busy today.
And the over.
I've been like a fat lady at the free dance all day, man, just getting it.
How's the season going? How the kids looking?
Well,
Well,
the younger group is not good. The older group
Fat and slow.
is good. They are not as good as they think they are, but they are good. we run a very Tim Tebow-esque offense. So
Superman passes.
we have one dude, a dude.
Do you guys pray a lot and shit?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we run a lot of, we're running right here. Stop it if you can. Here's our dude. So we do a lot of
but they call that the open kimono.
Yeah. That's exactly right. We're a lot of line up and just wildcat it right up the tailpipe there. It's not fancy, but it does get it done. I mean,
it's like Novocaine.
Yep. Just give it time. We're 2-1. We have yet to put together 4 quarters. We like to come out and get a good thorough ass kicking in the first half, and then try to get mad about it and come back. And we've done that twice.
Your halftime speeches must be incredible.
Yeah. It's not the speeches, it's the adjustments. That's what I'll tell you. There's been a lot of adjustments, and I will say that is one thing we have done pretty well is make adjustments at half, and we've won 2. Like I said, we're 2-1 with the older group. The younger group, the younger group is yet to score this year. So that we have 17 kids, and just to kind of put this in perspective, I think I heard today we're the 3rd largest district in the state of Oklahoma. And my particular district, unlike other large districts, believes that the feeder system should be divided. So they have one huge colossal high school, but the middle schools there's 3 of them. Well, a lot of the other schools the same size, it's one high school, one middle school. So they're fielding teams of 115 kids. I think in this group of middle school kids that we had this year, I think we had 24 7th graders. And of the 24, I think I had 2 that have ever played before and 1 that actually played. I think the other one's mom just got him on the team to wear the jersey. So we've had a tough start to that group. The 8th grade is good, but it's an interesting debate that goes on down here because you have these colossal mega middle schools. For instance, we're right next to a school called Yukon that is also in the top 5 or 6 or 8 of the size in the state of Oklahoma. They have 1 middle school. We have 3, and the logic behind that is if you have 3 in 7th and 8th grade, you're going to have at least 2 deep feeding in from those 3 to the high school after they've hit puberty. So they're going to have at least 6 to pick from, and hopefully they'll stay out. Versus if you have a big mega school, they're going to have 5 or 6, 7 deep. But after about year 1, number 6, number 5, number 4 is going to go, yeah, I'm going to go play in the band and play grab ass or something. And they leave. So they don't have the numbers. So
what if I was to say it's because there's less students per teacher and the kids can get better academic learning? Coach is like, no.
Well,
it's for the feeder schools. All right. This is a football factory down here.
No, I will tell you, if we want to,
we might accidentally do some math. That's on accident.
We want to flip the coin and talk about academics. We could start with the generation gap and the amount of entitled retakes that we have going on in our education system, in all education systems right now.
Retakes, entitled retakes.
Mulligans.
Yeah.
Mulligans,
do-over.
They said something else, entitled
Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't do that. Use that kind of language, John.
No, entitled, it's a different, the education system is drastically different from when any of you guys went. And I can tell you I a lot of times have to go, when's football practice? I just need to get to football practice.
Yeah.
You try to teach them history. That shit's already happened. Hey, kids.
Yeah.
If you want a fucking hint for history, it's already happened. It's not subjective. Just go fucking look it up. You guys carry around a fucking computer on your phone.
That's another argument I have often with the other departments is, it's not like you're reteaching something different or coming up with a different formula to solve the same problem. It's It's the same information. It doesn't go
Fucking
anywhere.
Oregon
You either
Trail.
study it or you don't.
Yeah.
Yep. Next year, them boys will still be holed up at the Alamo when you tell the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The Oregon Trail.
the Battle of Yorktown hasn't changed. It's still there.
Same shit.
No.
Yeah.
We still won the Revolutionary War. None of
Yeah,
you are
fire some
speaking
guns.
the Queen's English.
Yeah. It's not going to change tomorrow or next
Yeah,
year.
it's good though. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the level. It's good. We're having an okay season, and I, another thing that has changed since I've talked to you guys last is, I was coaching and teaching at 2 different schools, and this summer I actually went across town to the other school. So I coached a group of kids in the spring, in spring football, and then promptly went across town and coached another team, and that was our week 1 opponent.
Craig counseled that shit.
I absolutely did that. And so there was a little bitterness there, but hey,
man's got to eat.
Yeah,
I mean, man.
Hey, listen, they had a chance. They had a chance.
There's only so much
to do
5th
it.
grade history before you're ready to move
Yeah,
up.
I couldn't stay there
the
much
minors.
longer. Don't get me wrong. I like the development part of the younger kids, but I was teaching in an intermediate school, and I'm not an intermediate school kind of cat. And that's a huge transition. They go from elementary to intermediate, and it just wasn't for me. And I knew that the day I started, and I knew that the countdown was on, and the race was on for me to get out of there. So anyhow, and they were great about it. I enjoyed being there, and I enjoyed my time. But I'm really glad to be in the same building, coaching and teaching in the same building with the same kids makes a world of difference. So,
Oh yeah, cohesion, they say.
Yeah. You're building relationships, sir.
Well, Joe Buck hospitalized his wife with a golf ball. See, this is shit I see, and I say we need to do this podcast. Joe Buck drove a golf ball into his wife's ankle. Michelle Beesner Buck, she's on the injured list. Underwent surgery for a fractured ankle after her husband,
she looks like a mud
accidentally drove a golf ball into it. Yeah, probably.
Just slap a picture of her up there. I bet she's ugly as a sack full of smashed buttholes.
That's a new one. I've never heard that one, Coach.
Nope, that is
impressive.
This is why women shouldn't be on the golf course, to be honest. Unless you're good.
It's her fault. It's like an uninsured motorist. She shouldn't even been there.
Exactly. I played more golf than I've ever played in my life this summer. And and let me tell you.
Are you married now?
No, next month.
Next month. You're just getting ready for it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It reminds me of that movie where he's like, "This is my biggest fear.
Yes,
women
my
in
nightmare.
Sport. This is my nightmare."
You remember your first marriage, Coach? Oh, I remember my first marriage.
God, I got 2 trophies that remind me constantly.
Yeah,
I got 3 or 4.
Look at you guys getting all sentimental.
No, our first.
That's a hell of a party.
Oh yeah. Oh, so the first one's a ride, boy. A ride.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. Anyway, I played more golf than I've ever played in my life. And let me tell you, when you're out there with some women who don't know how to play, who want to take it up because they want to try golf. And let me tell you, golf courses are jammed these days because everybody like me took it up during COVID to get away from people. And next thing you know, you've got Sherry, Mary, and Terry are just teeing off, and they're just bumping it 40 yards at a clip. And the hammer.
I met every one of those.
This
girls
was
on
a
pole.
man's sanctuary. GOLF, gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. That's all I gotta say. Unless you're good, then you can play.
Can't have
don't. We can't be having a. If I can name that same lineup from fucking Baby Dolls on a Friday night, get off the golf course. Get off the golf course.
Yeah.
Johnny tried to see you right now. That's tonight.
No. No, you don't. No,
Cherry,
leave
Terry,
it to the
and
guys.
whatever.
We have our sanctuary for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not fun,
running
ladies.
We're not coming all up into fucking. Well, god damn it, dude! You fucking put makeup on though. I was gonna say
I don't put makeup on.
Makeup, it's moisturizer.
It's
What's
from the
the
grocery
shit?
store.
I call soap. If you have a special soap for your face, that's makeup.
I live at 5,000 feet. It gets dry here, and I have moisturizer from Trader Joe's. So sue me.
My shampoo dubs on the deal as face wash, body wash, shampoo, all of it.
You
I
see,
believe it's
you see this,
deodorant
Sean?
too.
You think this has ever seen a damn moisturizer? Forget about it.
No,
I'm not
this
trying to
is
look
hard.
road hard and put away wet.
I don't even know what that is.
This is all red dirt in Oklahoma sun,
I use
baby.
the lava with the pumice.
Yeah,
He uses the
Yep.
soap that looks like an oil container.
The lava.
I use that
Looks like
red
Mobil
dirt
One.
at 50
Get
mile
you
an
some
hour
Gojo.
gusts.
Mount that
6
thing
in
in the
1.
shower. Little Gojo
right.
grit soap. Make a man out of you. Oh. Tom Brady is hopelessly bad at broadcasting. You know, everybody says he shouldn't overreact to the first week or two, but boy, after a couple weeks, I'm prepared to say that he is hopelessly bad. I don't see how it's not a reps thing. It's not like football. You can't grow a personality. He's not sure when to talk. He's not sure like when to get in there. He's not sure what to say. His laugh is weird. It's all very weird.
I
And
don't
in
know
the
what to
back
do
of your
with my
mind, you're
hands.
thinking they paid him $375 million to do this. And that makes it worse.
Hmm.
Then
Oh,
you're
he's
like, wow,
terrible.
he really is bad. I don't know how
Yeah, I
he's going to
listened.
deal with it. He
I
has to be getting
listened.
negative
He,
feedback.
he had a trial by fire, to be honest, that first that Dallas Cleveland game, and Cleveland didn't show up, and of course Dallas lit him on fire because they do that to opponents who suck, and therefore there was a ton of airtime that he had to fill. And I was listening to that, and it was painful. It was painful. You're right. He doesn't have a personality. We want Greg Olson back. It's just not. It's not a great fit, to be honest. You got to have something to say. You got to be interesting. And for being probably the most interesting man in the world, you would never know it.
No. Yeah, he's got great stories, I'm sure. But yeah, that was where it had me really missing Greg Olson because that
Yeah.
guy's good.
You know, when Cleveland's punting for the 5th time, that's when you dip into the bag and pull out an Aaron Hernandez story. That's when you do it.
Yeah. Blow our minds the first game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell us about when AB wandered into your bedroom at 2:30 because for whatever reason you let him live in your house for a while.
Oh, gosh. Poor judgment.
He is quite a Twitter follow, that guy. He does not care. He will say whatever. And he tweets about what's her name? The former Miss Brady. Once in a
Giselle.
while. Giselle, yeah. Does Tua have to retire, coach? That's another concussion and another weird freak out on the ground. I mean, this at the end of the day, this is entertainment. And I don't know how entertaining it would be to see a guy go brain dead on the field. On the other hand, they gave him all this guaranteed money. Everybody's playing doctor, saying what he should do. He says he's going to take some time and decide. Sounds like he hopes to play again. I don't know. I think you obviously can't let somebody play with brain damage, but him saying that he thinks it's a good idea to play more football would be a demonstration of brain damage. So it's a real catch-22.
I see what you did there.
I don't want to see him play no more. I'm just going to be worried about him bumping. He bumped into a guy's shoulder pad and went down for the count. Some people just aren't built for it. I'm not. That's why I didn't try to do it. Self-awareness. It's key.
I think the thing about the concussion deal is it lends to more concussions. I mean, you can ask that goes back to the old days, back when Steve Young, you know, he had multiple. I mean, we've seen it when they start having these, it tends to happen more often and frequently. So I mean, I hope the guy goes and gets checked out or whatever. And football's a violent game, and man, I don't know. I don't know if there is much of a future for him, and if he does, how much more? When do you draw the line? Is it number 3? Is it number 4? Is it number? Because it's pretty obvious that he's had a significant one to begin with, and I never really understood that. I thought that he was gonna kind of come after him over the way they treated him on the first one, because that was, I thought, significant. And that was a significant incident that was never really addressed. They just kind of swept it under the rug and moved on.
They said it was a back injury at first, I think.
Well, he fired the team doctor. That was it.
Consultant got fired, yeah.
Yeah. The low guy. The coffee guy got fired.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to get in on the 16.5 Jets to double down.
Well, they are moving right on down the field. Patriots run defense.
I think I'm gonna lay 16.5 and take the Jets here.
The thing that I find strange about Tua is this guy takes hits like a crash test dummy, and he's a tough kid. He's tough but fragile. I don't know how to explain it. Like his will to be out there is great, but when he gets hit,
Physically.
like you didn't get hit that hard, and it just looks like he isn't ready for it. It looks like it caught him by surprise. Yeah, like the way his neck snaps around, it looks like
hits hard.
Yeah. I don't know. It just looks like he doesn't know how to clench his body and prepare for a hit.
Is that taut or something? Is that taut? And he just didn't get taut, or does he just have like a weak neck?
That's the thing. I mean, he's a big dude. He's been.
But you got to. I mean, I think that starts in camp, though. You guys watch Hard Knocks. You saw they did the slide drill with Williams. I mean, you gotta not take unnecessary risks like that. It wasn't like the game was on the line in that play.
It was a 4th down, so I can understand where his brain was at. But you have to rewire yourself after at least concussion 3,
absolutely,
to where maybe even have a hard don't run,
because
there's so much on the line. Everybody on planet Earth thinks he probably shouldn't play, but honestly, we get one spin on this thing. If he wants to play, let him play. He's got a wife and kids. He's got to, sort that out with them. But, it's just like Ronnie Coleman. I mean, that guy's had 50 back surgeries, and he just wants to lift every day of his life. Yeah, it's his life. Let him kill himself. That's the way he wants to go, so be it. It's just unfortunate that he's so young, so talented, on a great team, good guy, and he's faced with this dilemma. I think is what I have to say.
Not in a what you call enviable position.
Well, look at Andrew Luck. He walked away and said he was done. I'm with John. If he wants to keep playing, you gotta be all in, and the guy's all in if he wants to stay doing it. So
boy, I'm just scrolling through this 2024 draft looking for. There's Jalen Wright, 4th round,
big heavy in the house
overall. Bucky Irving. Looking at all these Ray Davis, Will Shipley, all these running backs who went before Braylon Allen, who is out there running over the New England Patriots right now. How was Braylon Allen not the first running back off the board? Were they scared because he's 20 years old? Because, boy, he looks like a real live football player out there. And Blake or Corum can't even see the field. Marshawn Lloyd has been injured nonstop.
Real quick. What's up, Heavy Steps? How you doing, brother?
Oh, hey, I'm over here looking at the
yeah, I'm like Eric, not paying attention to nothing.
He's just slamming the dewdrops there or whatever you got.
He's normally on top of that shit.
Bubbly waters.
You got the Mountain Lightning going on there?
Mountain Lightning.
No, that's
Mountain Thunder.
At my house, that's what we drink. The Mountain Lightning, the fake Mountain Dew. It's a lot cheaper.
Dr. Thunder, Mr.
No, it's RN Pepper. It's not quite a doctor. He did go to doc school. Just
RN,
not a 4-year degree type deal. Not quite a doctor. Registered Pepper.
You failed the MCAT. What do you want? We're a soda.
We're at Walmart. What are you doing?
Hey, Walmart's got generic Gatorade now.
Oh yeah, they got it going.
It's pretty good.
This is not good.
Anyways,
The
what are you
NFL,
diving into? E.
Passing touchdowns through the first 2 weeks. In 2010, we had 110 passing touchdowns over the first 2 weeks. 2021, another 110. 2022, 105. Last year, 86. And this year, 66. Now, the Google AI says it's because of simulated pressure and the fact that place kickers are more powerful now, but I'm not buying either one of those. What I do know is 25% of our points, almost 26%, are coming off the foot of nerd kickers. And that number is way too damn high. Why are
This
we
is
not
un-American.
What's the problem, Coach? Where have all the touchdowns gone?
I honestly believe that we are seeing the initial phases of the changing of this game. I honestly believe that 15 or 20 years from now, this game will look drastically different than it does today. And it's not. I mean, it's because older generations are phasing out, younger generations are phasing in, and I do believe that we can call it the sissification of the game, but it is what it is. The NFL's moving to it now with the kickoff, the changing of the kickoff, and
it looks so weird. I still don't really get what's
weird.
going on.
No, I fully expect that to be a sweeping change.
Yeah,
that's coming.
What do you mean?
Oh, I think that will be something similar will happen in the near future on the levels below that. I mean,
is that just for contact? Is that just because they have too much time to run at each other? Is what they're saying?
Never in my life have I come to the realization that a generation is drastically different than the one that I'm a part of than this year, and this group of kids that I'm around, and it's not the kids as much as the parents too. This is a different group of.
Yeah.
I don't know how many conversations that I've said on that is there's no 504s or IEPs in football. There's no accommodations for learning in football. It's football.
Hey.
But that is a generational thing, and I promise you they are looking to phase high contact, and I mean, you can watch it in the NFL game and in the college game with the targeting and the things that are going on. They're moving towards the direction of and I don't know if it ever swings hard enough to a 7-on-7 deal, but I'm telling you, the game is changing. It's not the same, and it won't be the same in the near future.
Anytime you see a big hit, the flag is coming. Even if it's legal, it just looked bad. We can't have it.
Hey, heavy Jets fan, gotta love seeing. When was the okay, Coach John? When was the last time you can remember a on-time quarterback in New York?
Chad Pennington.
A on-time quarterback?
I would
say Chad Pennington.
I think that's a bold statement because I think Chad Pennington was hot garbage. I'll say Bernie Kosar.
What year? What year was that?
86.
I mean, that is straight up. That's a while ago, and that's the 1900s, ladies and
Bernie
gentlemen.
Kosar played in the league for a long time, and he was quality with the Jets.
Yeah,
that was when Parcells was there.
He had good hair too. He had like the hair that you would expect to see with the puffy starter jacket on. You know what I'm saying?
Starting QB hair.
Yeah. That was good stuff.
So, Eric, back to what you were saying. So we're at 60-some touchdowns.
66 passing touchdowns over the first 2 weeks.
Wow.
I thought it was because we're running
strange.
the ball. Because is it the 220-pound linebackers and what the Ravens did a couple years ago where they just won games by running over people? That now that's what we're doing?
I don't know that I could put together a coherent answer. I didn't realize, you noticed a little bit, but you're talking 60% of where we were at in 2010 when all media talks about is how this is a passing league now. That doesn't add up to me other than The games aren't as good this year. I'll be honest. You watch them and they're pretty ugly. I'm also a Bears fan, but
why did you
there's
draft a dude that paints his nails? Because you wear makeup, John.
give
That's
them time.
why.
Give them time, and hopefully an interior offensive line. But I think the games I've sat down and watched, it's ugly football, and I don't know if it's because we're on a 17-game season now, and the first 3 games they're treating as not as important or what. But I mean, just ugly football all around, injuries left and right. I don't know. It's a strange start to the season. Noticed it a little bit last year. It seemed like it peaked 2 years ago, and we had great football and in, week out, and then now you watch it. It's getting a little ugly in certain divisions and in certain teams.
I honestly, John, I thought
that's a laziness issue.
Well, I thought it might come back around. You know, everything runs in cycles, and I honestly thought the running of the football and the rushing attack offense would come back. I kind of thought that would just cycle back around. You know, for a while it was all spread and you know, get as much players in space as you can, but I'm now leaning towards the fact of the game is changing and them taking away the contact part of it, which, you know, I mean, unfortunately is a societal thing too. But the great equalizer, I will say, is money. And money seems to keep a lot of things going for a long time.
Hey, Steps, Rogers still has it. You goddamn right, 12.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, he's good.
Goddamn right he does.
That some bitch still can spin.
He's going to go ahead and just jab it to me one more time after getting this laying the 16.5. He's going to go ahead and mail it in here.
Mail it in.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what overall scoring is like. I think it's down a little bit. And I'm curious why the passing attack isn't quite as effective. Maybe the routes are being designed away from more towards the sidelines, you know, less just contact, like you're saying, Coach, because there's no reason for as many times as quarterbacks are throwing that we're having this few of touchdowns.
Well, let me ask you guys this. When's the last time you turned on a football game and saw a team run up and down the field with a powerhouse rushing attack? Now, I mean, and what I say that is, you know, I believe, and heck, we do it. Defenses now are geared towards, you know, we're not jamming 8 and 9 in the box or trying to shut people down on the run, you know, at the level we are. Now, we still do it some, but, you know, for the most part at the high school, college levels or whatever, it's expanded a little bit. There's more, you know, defensive fronts that are not, you know, run heavy because they are throwing the ball so much. So maybe I would say the defense has caught up a little bit to the whole philosophy of passing.
Yeah, because if you look at where money is spent, it's on shutdown corners and edge rushers, which you will see the league shift, and then you see running games.
Nemesis.
Yeah, I think you will. We've been actually predicting this as the rise in passes come. I mean, it's a league where the smart people move ahead, and look what the Niners did to the Jets. Week 1, ran all over them with a guy you've never heard of.
Right,
that's true.
And not even Christian McCaffrey.
Up and ran it.
And look at tonight. I mean, as long as you've got some heavies on the front line that know how to block, then a lot of these teams are not prepared for 1, 2, 3 running.
You can't say heavies anymore, John.
Oh, they're those fat asses up front that make everything work. Yeah.
Yep. The road graders. Oklahoma State's this weekend?
Oh, no. Oklahoma, Tennessee. And this house, me and Reagan, we have a fucking date. And we're going to watch that. We're going to watch Oklahoma meet the SEC this weekend. And I can't wait. And I'm going to be listening to Oklahoma.
Huge
Oklahoma
football week in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Oklahoma Sports Radio Saturday morning is going to be the best. We're going to listen to them jack themselves off into complete orgasmic despair. And then by the first quarter, there's going to be a fucking meltdown in Norman that you don't want to miss. The game is going to
You don't want to
game.
miss.
The game is like the broccoli, okay? The meat and the dessert is pregame and postgame on WWLS to Sports Animal.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, man.
It is like
Tennessee's
Chicago.
good, so
It's like Chicago
right.
radio. When you have a real good Bears meltdown or just an absolute Cubs shit themselves, there's nothing like turning on Chicago sports talk, man. Those people will cuss their teams on Monday. By Wednesday, they're back sucking on their dicks. But Monday, they're ready to slit their throats, bro.
Yeah. It's very true.
Coach knows about that. Coach knows about that sports talk radio.
I want to see this spread. What's the spread on that?
6.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pull it up right now. I don't think it's changed. It's gone back and forth because there's some injuries that are floating around and nobody's really sure. Oklahoma has been beat up a little bit, and Tennessee's not really sharing what's going on either. So, which I don't blame them.
Upper body injury stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you or the Chicago faithful freaking out about the fact that Caleb Williams has yet to throw a touchdown in his professional?
What we're freaking out about, and what I'm freaking out about is, Poles seems to think this was a win now team, despite being an All-American lineman and putting together this atrocious, putrid line that we have from guard to guard. We are god awful.
The mind blower.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Now, Caleb's got talent, and we don't want to turn him into Fields, but we very well could if we don't give him any opportunities to succeed in the form of having a line in front of him that can block. And I think the worry is, and I listened to about 4 hours of Chicago radio in the last 2 days, and the thing that I've heard more than anything is, to quote Sam Darnold, seeing ghosts. Everybody's saying we're afraid this guy's going to start seeing ghosts because you kick a dog too many times and they're not going to be the same. So that's the concern. The concern is that we would essentially fuck up a very talented quarterback because you're just going to screw with his head and he's going to turn into Justin Fields, happy feet, tuck it and run it, because he can't trust his O-line to keep him safe enough so that he doesn't turn into Tua. So that's the concern. I have no blame to place on Caleb Williams. He's going to have some shitty throws. He's going to have some delay of game penalties, stuff like that. You expect that. What you don't expect is for some guy to get bum rushed every goddamn time he drops back. And that's on Ryan Poles. That's all I got to say. So he puts together a good scheme or a good plan in terms of having weapons and a quarterback and a hell of a defense, but that doesn't do you any good if you spoil a very talented quarterback. And then we're looking at Justin Fields all over again.
7 sacks last week. That'll get in your head for sure.
Well, I mean, and another comment that keeps coming up is, why did they think it was a good idea to have a rookie behind this offensive line? In the sense of, why are you doing this to your rookie? Trot out somebody else who can get his head bashed in.
That was my thought.
Clipboard.
I feel like they threw him into the deep end of the pool right there with the hard knocks and the whole thing. Why wouldn't he hold a clipboard for about 4 weeks? I totally am with you on that. And I mean, what do you think, John? Is that I would have done that.
I'll tell you what, now looking at the Roma Dunze pick, you wonder, could you have gotten a guard? Could you have gotten a serviceable tackle? For God's sakes, could you have gotten a center? The guy we have is a cast off from the Bills.
Yeah.
We've got the island of misfit toys playing between guard and guard. And again, Poles was an All-American in college at the offensive line. He should be able to intuit who is good at offensive line and not just take scraps from other teams. So, yeah, I would have, gosh, I don't know how you polish that turd and say we fucked up on the line. We can't afford to have our expensive piece of jewelry out there yet, but you got to do something better than that. Was that the Roma Dunze pick? Was that trading for somebody? Was that, doing something over the last 2 years to bolster this line, because it also makes you second guess what was his real issue. I don't know.
The
So
real quick,
Justin Fields. What's up, Blue?
there.
Good to see you.
Good
Yes,
to
sir.
see you, Blue.
They were running down today. It was the poignant point that the Chicago media was saying was in his Pro Bowl year at Denver. I'm blanking on his name now. Quarterback we got from Denver years ago. Anyway, he got sacked 9 times in 16 games. He comes to Chicago. Or rather 11. He comes to Chicago and he gets sacked 50 times. And then the next season, 70 times.
Cutler.
So Jay Cutler.
Smoking Jay
on the
Cutler.
tip of Smoking Jay. So how do you go from an organization like Denver and get sacked 11 times and then come here and get sacked 50 and 70 and then have the gall to say, well, what's wrong with them? That's what's wrong. So
I'm over here, can't find my keys. I pulled Jay Cutler out of my ass.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Tell you what, the name remembering isn't so good these days. I might have a little early onset
Ginkgo
Alzheimer's.
biloba.
Ginkgo biloba, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
So we're talking the same problems that we've had anytime we get a quarterback is he doesn't look good, and the culprit seems to be the offensive line. That's my diatribe.
Well, they should. I mean, look at the Patriots are doing right now. They know Drake May will get killed out there, so they put Jacoby Brissett out there to take a beating tonight. That's now Drake May is going to be fully healthy tomorrow.
Hey, before we get off, I just want to go back to what Heavy was asking there. It's up to 7 now, and I'm on Tennessee, and also I like any team getting points in the game at OSU. Right now it's Utah. Utah's getting 2.5. Love it. If it goes the other way and OSU gets points, I'm on them. Whoever's getting points is who I'm going with up at Stillwater.
That's some mathematical fucking gymnastics
It's
going
a
on
sound
over
system
there.
right there.
You're
is
on the
what that is.
trampoline with fucking you're drunk.
I just think, I mean, and
Utah's
I will
really
say,
good. Utah's really good.
Oh,
Hey,
Utah's good.
If they shut Ollie down, I don't know where Gundy goes.
Well,
I don't know where he goes.
With you, everybody shut Ollie down so far.
Yeah.
He's been terrible. Their running offense is putrid. And
it shouldn't be, Chris.
No, but I will say, I mean, he's a Heisman Trophy candidate, so it's not like they're going into the game and not knowing who's this slappy in the backfield. I mean,
hey, wait a minute. Blue just hit a parlay. Let's get
That's positive vibes.
What do we do? Victory rips right here, right now.
You the real MVP.
Hey, Blue, we give it up to you, brother. I'm gonna do a victory rip for you right now.
Nice one. Yeah, Braves and Mets. Still hitting the baseball.
I don't want to know the math that you entered into what kind of system to make you pop this little parlay out, but every nugget that wins is a good nugget.
Absolutely.
Hey, they're closing down campus for the OU game. Game day is going to be there.
We missed you
Blake,
too, brother.
Blake, what's his name? The country singer. He's
Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
He's going to be there.
Hey, I'm about to take your fucking Okie card right now.
Yeah.
Can't remember. Goddamn.
I mean, I can tell you what his wife's name is. Come on.
Miranda Lambert. Come on. No. That was one wife ago. That was two wives ago. What is it? No, he's no doubt now. He's
that's
Gwen
right.
Gwen Stefani.
Shelton. Gwen Shelton. Meow.
Does not age.
She said meow. Hey, I saw that chick in concert. I mean, way back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. And she took her fucking little. They used to wear a wife beater when she sang, and she took that off. She looked just like me, dude. It's very unimpressive.
Whoa.
And at some point, she got
A lot of judgments.
Whoa.
Hey, dude.
Whoa.
She did not have breasts before that surgeon got a hold of her. I'll tell you that. Unimpressive. I was like, dude.
Whatever artist touched that. Good job.
Good
That
job.
was quality work.
Man made to perfection.
Yeah.
Will is in the house, my man.
Nice.
Oh,
Top
man.
Hey, we got the band back together, brother.
Oh,
we got
man.
the band back
Oh,
together.
hey, I've been thinking about old Will watching those Cougs, man.
Has he
I've been
been
hitting
disbarred
some,
yet?
I hit some Mike Leach the other day talking about a Sun Devil and what mystical powers does a Sun Devil have. I thought, man, Will somewhere, he's celebrating the Cougs beating Washington the other day.
Yeah, that's big time, huh? That's big
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Big. Hey, man, there's big
What?
football
Hey.
in the state this week. That Tennessee and OU game is going to be good, but it is surprising me it creeps up to 7.
Chris, I need your thoughts a little bit on the whole realignment in general. Like we have USC, we have Oregon playing. They're talking Big Ten, they're talking Northwestern US. It's weird up here. The Pac, it's weird up in the Big Ten. All right, it really is. Now the commercial goes from coast to coast because Rutgers and Maryland. For fucking USC, but how is it down there with the Big 12? Let's just say it's the Big 12. It's OU and effing Texas. That's the Big 12 leaving.
So I will tell you, as a sports fan of Oklahoma, and I do like both teams. I love watching OSU, but and I love the fact that they're in 2 different conferences now. I love it. I love the Big 12. I love watching the Big 12. But I also like watching the SEC, and I am really excited about seeing this game this week because I, much like Chris, my favorite thing in the whole world is sports talk radio after an OU loss.
Oh
and it's
God,
not
dude.
that I don't.
So good.
I do not dislike OU. I don't. But gosh, their fans.
Their fans are.
They are the barn burningest group I've ever seen.
Birds.
And it will happen. They're already losing their mind with the performance against Tulane, and then
I bet
against it was 2 weeks ago when they laid an egg.
Is that Houston? Who they play? Did they play Houston?
Maybe it was Temple. I think it was Temple, but
that's the worst team in
Houston.
college.
They rolled Temple, but it was Houston that really slapped them in the mouth and exposed the fact that they have 0 offensive line. And they're headed into the SEC with a 0 offensive line. Now, they can play some defense. I will say that. But I also watched that juggernaut Tennessee team last week, and I just think that people around here don't understand. And I think they're going to learn.
They're going to learn. They're going to learn a hard lesson, and it ain't going away. It's coming again next year, and it ain't going away.
The schedule is hard every week in the SEC.
Yes.
It's not one or 2 games you circle on a calendar.
There's no tech.
No.
It's not like that, man.
And honestly, you go to Tech, and you go to Lubbock on a Thursday night, it's a snake pit. But if you're hosting them on a Saturday afternoon in Norman, you're expected to win that game. It's not the same.
It's the snake pit because you're overconfident. Going to Louisiana State, then going to Ole Miss, and then seeing Alabama, and then getting a Kentucky. By the time 3 games into that, your line is second string now because there's a culture at OU that's been built in the Big 12. They're about to go meet a man culture. It's different. You can see it when you watch it on Saturdays. It's different. Well, they look different. The athletes look different.
It's a different style of football, and that's what
makes it
OU. It's just like when
OU has the athletes.
It's a different style.
Different. But OU has the athletes, but they haven't done that. They haven't done the SEC culture yet. The fandoms, all of it. It's a whole deal down there, and I think they're gonna get slapped around. And I think there's a lot of money to be made around the Homer fucking state of Oklahoma with idiots going, we got 10 wins this year. We're a 10-win season. Shut up.
Well, and it's gonna take me I'm gonna ride the ride and try to capitalize on it because I'm a capitalist. But I'm just saying, I think that I honestly believe that they get smacked in the mouth pretty hard this week. If
that's a good Tennessee team.
If they were able to win, I would be against them next week too, going to Auburn because of the fact of the back-to-back and the first road game in the SEC will be different. I do know that they're jacked way up, and they've already started. I mean, they're closing things down. School's closed all day tomorrow. Game day is going to be there. They're going to be there at 5:30. I think they're going to have a Cole Cunningham sighting holding a sign down there. I mean, it's going to be nuts. So people are fired up.
Is Cole going?
Oh yeah.
Of course he is.
Yeah. Oh, he's headed down there. Yeah. What?
Coy too.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be. Yeah. And like I said, man, it's a big week good for the state. I just have a hard feeling that Sunday is going to be gloom and doom.
Hey, dude, it's going to be good radio.
Tune in to the barn burning.
It's going to be good radio. Tuesday, good radio.
Yeah.
Oh man, Gary Murdoch. Oh, it's going to be good.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
I'm glad I could make somebody happy. The 8-month-old.
Hey, from you over there at 30,000 feet, Eric, what do you think about OU and Tennessee? How do you think that culture is going to fare over in the SEC? You're on mute, homie. That never
As the outside casual observer, when I think Big 12, I think, high flying offenses chucking the ball, but not a whole lot in the trenches. And when I think about the SEC, I think of dudes like Jordan Davis. So I don't think you should go in there with offensive line deficiencies. That's going to be a real problem. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to take 1-2 years to adjust how they play over there.
Well, and let's be honest, the schedule makers didn't do OU any favors. They did Texas a solid, by the way, which I think is horse shit.
Horse shit.
Yeah.
Every year.
Texas literally greased the certs on that wheel.
Yeah.
McConaughey underneath some desk.
But I'll say, available. I mean, Chris, and you will never hear me take up for them because I hate their guts, but I will tell you, they've played the part. They've danced the tune and played the part, and they've taken care of business. I mean, they went up and straight smacked the Michigan team right in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a bad Michigan team. I mean, it's not a good Michigan team. They're missing the guy on the sidelines, which helps them. But they're not good, but they're not bad either. It's good, man. It's gonna be good. Hey, since we got Will in the chat here, let me ask you a question. You guys. You see what is Pac-12 on our agenda here? Because I love it.
I've heard they're filing some suits to try and come back.
Oh, they're coming back.
What?
Lazarus from the grave.
Somebody tell me.
So this is my understanding, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Eric. They sent out a bunch of invites, hard invites, and they were hitting the San Diego States of the world and about Fresno State, and they're trying to build them a little conference out on the West Coast.
Who's doing that? Who's
The
left?
Pac-12.
Who's left?
Well, you got Fresno State. Well, all of them are part of a conference, but they're bum conferences. They're not recognized.
No. But who's left in the Pac-12?
Just the
we got
Washington State,
WASU, and Oregon State.
Okay, the two left. You know who that would be in our conference? Oklahoma State and Kansas State. Like, okay.
Oklahoma State and Kansas State are marquee Big 12 teams, sir.
They are now.
Yeah. You're talking about the Baylors of the world.
So now we have the Cougs and we have the Beavs, and they are trying to recruit. They're trying to put it.
They're inviting Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Diego State. If you're not a state school,
that's a bunch of state kids.
No one circles the wagons like the Pac-12. That should be their logo.
The San Diego State
Aztecs, baby. And they should play on Wednesdays and Thursday nights.
Yes.
I would do every game Wednesday and Thursday night. Come to our house on a Thursday night and get your ass smacked.
Wednesday night action.
There's nothing better than that.
Action. That's exactly
Screw
right.
the Maction. Come watch us at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night.
You want to talk about Maction? How about my alma mater going into Notre Dame and smacking them?
What is up with that, John?
Hey, that was big time.
I knew you were waiting to say that.
I didn't see that coming.
I should have wore the shirt. Damn it.
I know you should have.
Gosh, I was on the golf course watching it, and everybody stopped what they were doing to look at their phone. And everybody on all the greens, you could look around, and everybody's just watching. And that field goal got blocked, and everyone was just yes, collectively. Everybody was against Notre Dame. It was perfect.
Hey, real quick, did we give up on pickleball? Did we move over to golf? Is it
Oh, no, there's never pickleball.
balls? There was never pickleball.
No, it's tennis, it's golf, and it's cycling.
Tennis. It was tennis. Okay. All right.
Pickleball's big time, man.
Since I've talked to you
big time
guys, I've
around here.
cycled. Guess how many miles I've cycled? I added it up today.
How many?
560.
Ooh, nice.
Keeping it tight for wedding season.
Yeah. You gotta. Hey, you gotta be looking saucy in the
exciting.
tux.
That's exciting. Getting married.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting stuff.
Yeah. We got sidetracked there, but I just thought I'd shoehorn in the NIU win over Notre Dame.
Did she sign it? I guess
Lest we forget.
Okay, she was good with the prenup.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chat over on Rumble. We love you guys. He's keeping note of you guys over there. I know he is.
I think in my first one, I took a goldfish. This goldfish is going with me. Who else?
His name's Herbie.
Yeah.
And he's mine.
That's right. He's mine. He's going with me. I got him.
Yeah. Jets was the only play tonight there, Blue. The
Jets was the only play.
We're in the third quarter now, and the New England Patriots have 46 total yards.
And Aaron Rodgers is still smacking me in mouth 14-3.
Can we have a revisit the Brian? I always get Brian Billick and Bill Belichick mixed up. Bill Belichick wasn't that great of a coach conversation because
bring
he
it
left
on.
them in shambles. He left them in shambles.
Yeah.
I think me and Coach
Was it
always
Tom
disagreed
Brady?
on this. Well, I think it
more Tom
was.
than we ever thought.
He was not invited to coach this year. We'll see. I
What
think the history books will tell us why in the coming years, but it didn't seem like he was a good fit. Couldn't draft for shit. We know that.
No, he was the worst draft. He might have been the worst. That only because he won 170 Super Bowls does nobody talk about the absolute retardation in that draft room year in and year out.
Trades are disaster.
Only matched by a team to the south of Oklahoma we know as the Dallas Cowboys.
Or Cleveland Browns.
I loved last week, by the way. God, that's great.
Well, I got dicked on a parlay with them. I can't believe that. Just can't believe it. And
is the Dollar Bet Club still alive?
Oh yeah. The $5 bet club now.
Oh,
What?
yeah, it is.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Coming into the 2024 season, we the $5 bet club.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens owe me $5, and I'll tell you why. I initially meant to put Dallas and Baltimore in a parlay with some other teams, money line parlay. Should be easy to cash in. I go in, I hit Baltimore, minus 470, go to the next team, minus whatever, because it's parlay of favorites. I accidentally put $5 just on Baltimore. And then I thought at minus 470, whatever, you can hold my money for me for a week. I'll get it back with a little bit of interest and I'll rebet it. Then I turned it on and I just, when you saw it was like 6-9, I thought this is going to be trouble in the second half. And lo and behold, that squirrely schoolyard offense isn't really that great. So I'm out $5.
Did you know that I think the league is 35 of 37 on field goals over 50 yards, and the only person to miss has been the great Justin Tucker twice.
Yep.
That's crazy. He's completely fallen off. He missed like a 30-something yarder. This guy is something's wrong. Something's wrong at home with old Justin Tucker.
I think that's an interesting team. I've sat down and watched them twice, and I do not like them. They're fun to watch, but at the same time, that offense is not built to last. That offense seems to be a house of cards, and it's only propped up by Lamar Jackson and being a playmaker. And they got jobbed a little bit against the Chiefs, but it just looks like it's a mess. It's a mess out there, and I didn't expect that from a Harbaugh offense.
What do you think about them this week? I love them.
I don't know these teams. I mean, the Cowboys, did you expect them to get their doors blown off?
I
No.
did.
Okay.
I did.
Even with
And-
that defense,
And let
if
me
you
let
have
me
Micah Parsons, how are you giving up that many points?
let me go ahead and put that with another great one that we can't have a show without talking about the great Baker Mayfield, who was getting nine, a Ferris
Crazy.
9 times, 9 points
Nine.
going into Detroit, and he just lit them up. And I parlayed those two together with a nice little W. And you know, hey, I think that Baker's back.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know if he ever went anywhere.
No, I think he just got with the right fit, somebody that'll give him a chance. And now it's almost like he's better for going through the car wash that is Cleveland. Like,
I think he might be.
And Carolina.
Cleveland, let's just pause and look at what Cleveland's decision-making process has been. Been similar to a young coach back when in his 20s, and it's reckless abandon. It's we're gonna trade this guy, and we're gonna go all in and pay guaranteed money to this guy that gets tugs and a rub, and we're gonna bring him in and give him the keys to the city. And by the way, Baker leaves town kind of just with his head hung low, goes to Carolina, gets beat to shit, and then he goes out to the West Coast and gets reincarnated with the Rams in one Monday night game, and now he's folklore legend again.
All the way back.
He's part wizard, sorcerer. Yeah. He's the sorcerer.
He's a puncher.
There.
Yep.
He's a puncher.
And I love him. I love watching Tampa Bay. But
yeah.
I'm eager to see the Ravens and Cowboys this week because I really am probably going to bet on the Ravens, and because I love to see Dallas lose. I love it.
One of two things is going to be true on Monday. Either the Ravens will be 0-3 or Dallas will have lost 2 of their first 3. Either is great radio.
Yeah. Oh, it's quality.
Yeah. You get the Ravens at 0-3. It's going to be full apocalypse. Already took the over in the Saints game. That's probably smart, Blue. I think over 40-yard touchdown in all those games probably, because they're going to take that shot to Rashid Shaheed a couple times every game.
Well, the Saints have scored in every possession they've had the ball this year. Every possession.
Who is this team? Derek Carr?
Yeah. Kamara looks like the Kamara of old.
It's
I mean, now it is
pre-punch in an elevator.
We don't have to get out the anointing oils just yet, but I'm just saying that the Saints look good, and it is week 3.
If the season ended today, Derek Carr would be your most valuable player, probably.
Hands down.
Kamara is smashing these defenses.
You can't get any better than 14 of 14.
No, it doesn't get any better than that. Not a lot of field goals in there either. I think they got 10 or 11 touchdown drives.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy. Kubiak is completely reformed whatever shitty offense they had down there. And the offensive line reportedly sucked. They're best in the league at this point by all the measurables anyway. That Penning forgot how to play. He let a guy just run past him for a sack in the preseason. This all solidifies my argument that preseason is bad intel. You don't know. If anything, it's going to tell you the opposite of what's actually going to happen. Because we didn't see this with the Saints. Everybody thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
They scored over 40 points for 3 straight regular season games now, going back to their last game last year. I think the only other team to do that was that 2007 Patriots team with Randy Moss. So, I mean, they're pretty much, if they win this week, they're probably a playoff team. You don't go 3-0 and miss the playoffs very often.
On the NFC South. No.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. But then look at the Falcons, the scrappy Falcons. Again, I don't know that there's been a year in the last 5 years that I've misunderstood what was going to happen more.
Yeah,
I just couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you at all.
It was Monday night. I watched the end of that game, and were you guys not just in awe of the fact that the Eagles let Cousins in the 2-minute drill drive right down and score after holding him the whole game to next to nothing? I mean, they were giving him every receiver was a 15, 20-yard cushion. Ridiculous. I was like, look, I'm not a genius, but I'm telling you, can we not get on a receiver?
There's prevent, and then there's just, opening your legs.
Well, that's
what Cousins is good at is easy throws. And they gave him some easy throws, and no one's going to hit that more than scoring Kirk Cousins.
No, and listen, for all that Cousins is, he's a smart guy. Yeah. I mean, and you don't have to be real intelligent to hit the wide open guy 15, 20 yards down the field.
Yeah. You can laugh all you want about him, but he hits the open man. Yep. He didn't make $500 million in this league by not hitting the open man.
Absolutely.
No, he studies.
Like that? You like that?
He studies. He shows up. He watches film. He's going to pick you apart if you let him. And that's just who he is. He's a journeyman. He's not flashy, though. He's not going to win it, but he ain't going to lose it either.
That's right.
And if you he'll win it if you give him fucking 15-yard cushions. He will win it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around. Dude's made playoff runs.
I don't know why you don't just run it up the gut with Saquon there. They got cute and threw a swing pass, although he got wide open.
That guy just looks like a monster right now, dude. He looks like a monster right now.
Oh, except when he's dropping passes like a dumbass. I mean, he had the whole city of Philly flip on him like that. That was bad. Oh, man.
Yep. He's dropped more passes than any running back since, 2022. So I guess that's what he does. He's awesome at everything else. But
he's just battering ram.
Well, I guess
he seems really hard to tackle, bro.
He's got a lot more room to work than he did with the Giants. These guys are actually
so gross at the Giants. Anyways, what else you got, E?
What do we do? Let's close.
Like I've hijacked the
positive story. John Bon Jovi helps woman in crisis off Nashville bridge. She was going to jump off a bridge. He's out there filming a music video. He walks over to her, short conversation. Next thing you know, John Bon Jovi is got his arms wrapped around this woman, walking away from the edge of the bridge, saved a life. Apparently this bridge was open to the public while they were filming, and just stopped and talked to her. I don't know what he told her. Maybe an advanced copy. Something of that nature, threw some lyrics on her, and there you go. Working miracles. That's the greatest story since who's the guy that dealt with the intruder, the old retired quarterback? Did we have somebody broke into a quarterback's house and he fired a football at him or something? This is the greatest story since that. Good for John Bon Jovi, still out there doing it. Boy, he does look old. It is interesting.
I didn't know he left New Jersey. He's kind of like the boss. You just imagine guys like that just have never left New Jersey, but here he is in Nashville saving lives.
Yeah, it's a way better place to live than New Jersey.
Ooh. The Garden State.
That's right.
Jets pouring it on now. 21-3.
Yes.
Yikes.
12 doing 12 things, bro.
Yep. We might get Jordan Love back this week. I don't think he's going to play this week, but the fact that he might tells me he definitely will next week. Malik Willis can go down there and beat the Titans by himself.
The Titans aren't much, let me tell you that.
They are
not the Titans of 3 years ago, bro.
You got Will Levis and whoever their head coach is. It doesn't matter. He's not going to be there long. They're bad.
I was kind of on a Will Levis. He kind of had me going on there last season at the end of it. And this season so far, he's been hot garbage.
Bad.
Oh,
and the Titans are hot garbage. And that's a team without an identity. They don't know how to do anything well. They don't really play defense that well. They don't really run the ball well. They don't really throw the ball well. They don't do anything.
You just won $500,000.
I think he just won $590,000 on Aaron Rodgers. That's not bad. He's still hanging out with us
here.
He's a half millionaire and he's still hanging out with us. That's not bad.
Hey, real quick, Will, if that's real, I feel like that's a clickbait. Like Like
He
won
wouldn't do
something
that.
that got you a little bit closer to some tournament that you're in that could produce $590,000. Anyways, E, I want you. Can you have you read anything about this P Diddy deal? Do you know anything about it? Because I don't, and I want
Here
somebody
we
to give
go.
me a rundown.
I know they have finally actually arrested him. I know that they recovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil and wait a second, I have the figure, 784 dildos. And there's a lot of stories coming out that, I mean, people like the Obamas might be mixed up in this.
No bail.
Possible assassination situations.
What
Deep state,
are people gonna
rap
get
agenda.
Clintonized?
Here we go. Here we go.
Are we gonna have some Clintonization
Of course,
happening?
let's throw them in there too for good
The
measure.
latest update I saw was that he had compromising photos of the Obamas.
This is so
So
Trumpian of you.
There's this guy named
Does he
Ian
have a
Perry.
picture of Kamala Harris sucking Willie Brown? That is worth some cash.
Maybe.
Epstein probably has that as a painting somewhere.
He's
sure
like,
of
no, but I can get you the Montel Williams tape.
Yeah, you can get the Montel tape.
Don't do that to my man Montel.
Oh man, he's out there defending her with extreme vigor.
Hey,
I don't know
bro,
what she does to
P.
this
Diddy,
men, but
P.
they
Diddy-
come out.
P. Diddy's about to commit suicide.
Yeah.
If
He knows
what you
too
guys,
Is that what we call it?
he's about to be scuba Steved. Because
Yep.
hey, there's some powerful motherfuckers that he probably has some dirt on that he could flip really quick.
Less than 1,000 dildos. What is this? High school?
Pimp Hero, what's up, homie?
What's up, Hemp? Yeah, we're
My
gonna.
man. Rookie numbers.
I think that's comes to our natural close.
Yep. We'll dig deep into the P Diddy thing.
Yeah,
next,
hey,
we're gonna
let's
start
try
doing
We
to
need the
do
X
this
Files theme song for that.
Hey, I'll get something. Hey, let's try to do this on Thursdays, guys. We're gonna put something together for this show, at least Patriot Sports Radio. We're also gonna be doing some stuff on Sunday mornings, some betting stuff with the whole crew, probably Crick and everybody.
the upcoming
Stopping through
foosball.
on Sundays.
Be like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Everybody's stopping
Yeah.
on in. Cricket. Haven't heard from him in
And-
a long
But
time.
make sure you go see our boy Will tomorrow morning, Sports Morning Espresso over on Game On, because the man said he won 590,000. He's gonna break down why, how, not why. Why'd you win that? Don't bullshit. Why? That's what comes to my mind with Will. But that does mean you got to tune in tomorrow morning on Sports Morning Espresso Shot with Will and Crick. And steps. You get a lot of steps too. Hey, you gotta be getting us. I'll be with them on Saturday morning for sure. Finally, I won't be busy one Saturday morning. God dang, it's been crazy around here.
Big boss.
Yep.
Coach, you gonna come, Coach John? You gonna visit us on Thursday and maybe Sunday mornings? Well, you got to go to church, bro, with that kind of haircut. Don't bullshit me.
Sunday morning, tough, but
Tough. That's tough. That's the Lord's time.
But Thursdays, that's y'all's time. That's your slot.
Yeah, that's our slot. Well, we get Coach on Thursdays. John will try to. John's on West Coast time, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
October's going to be tough too. So,
He's
I'll be
getting
around.
married. The man's
Right.
getting married. We're gonna try to bring Ange back.
All right.
She owns a business now.
Yep. She's out there
Good business owner.
dominating the interior design world.
She
Big
is
time. Big
Yeah.
time.
big time. She'll be on though. She'll get around. Big shout out. Hey, real quick. Big shout out to Ainsley Sons. She has, since we've been last on, switched gyms. Now is a level 7. Won state last year. Just a complete ass kicker.
Yeah.
Heather's
And
got
she
herself a
just
rock
started
star.
gymnastics this year.
No, she's been doing
Or like
gymnastics
last
her whole
year.
life.
She was.
No, she's been doing her whole
What's
life.
the thing
She
she just picked up?
She just changed gyms, and she just started from the last videos, right? Was the bars where she swings around on the bars. That was big time. I was tweeting to Heather that I was like, if that was
Mouthful
my
of
kid,
Snickers.
that was my kid, bro. I would like, wouldn't that hurt your soul to see your kids swinging on those bars?
No, they gotta let
It
it rip.
freaked me out.
God, dude, no way.
It would freak me out.
My
That-
kids break shit just hanging out on the bunk beds, legit. Let alone swinging around on the bars.
So many things. So many things. All right. Hey, thank you guys. Man, hell of a
Anyway,
night.
that's what I want to say.
Yep.
Shout out to Ainsley.
Good
Yeah.
job.
All right.
Get to doing this thing on a weekly basis. The world needs us now more than ever. So, till next time, your homework assignment is to bring a friend. We will see you next week. Be good to each other. That's what it was.
That's
Be-
what it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We also we'll rip off the names that were in the chat too. We'll keep some of that stuff because it was awesome. It always kept. that's
That
what
was
people love.
that was
People
a
love
smoke
that.
spread thing.
Yeah, but people love that.
All right, we can do that.
We should adopt the stuff that worked. It just makes sense.
Works for me.
All right.
All right, be good, guys.
See you guys.
Later.